Hey, Facebook, Sam McEwen here, coming to you live from Tampa, Florida. Beautiful day today. Blueberry blessing. Say that fast 6 times. In Hudson, Florida, opened up today for blueberry picking, so we may just be heading up there, a couple bucks a pound. So we just may go pick some blueberries and make some jam or something. But today I want to talk to you from John Maxwell's book, again, Put Your Dream to the Test. And today I want to talk about tenacity. Now, we all have heard stories about folks who just kept at it. You know, Edison, 10,000 different, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the computer on here, 10,000 different items that he used to make a light bulb, okay, and didn't work. And but he was always positive about it. When told or asked about failing 10,000 times, his comment was, no, I now know 10,000 items that will not work to make a light bulb. Okay, so there's thought process there, and there's some things about tenacity. I mean, there's stories after stories after stories out there that I could tell you about tenacity. But here's the thing: it has to be something that you want to do. It has to be, you know, you have to take that next step. You know, I want to read you a quote here. The mere possession of a vision is not the same thing as living it. Okay, nor can we encourage others with it if we do not ourselves understand and follow its truths. To be blessed with visions is not enough. We must live them. High Eagle said that. So, you know, for the most part, most people, myself included from time to time, we stop ourselves from achieving our dreams and our visions. I mean, from achieving our full potential. You know, the first of these 7 items that you have to realize to fight for your dream is this: to move closer to your dream, you must recognize that quitting is more about who you are than where you are. Think about that. It's more about who you are than where you are. Anyone who's achieved their dreams didn't have it any harder or any easier than you do. They may have had it harder. I mean, our mindset has to be that failure is not an option. I mean, we have all sorts of quotes on that and things like that. The only guarantee for failure is to stop trying, okay? You know, here's some things to think about. Just, you know, our tiny self, our little self, our lower self will say, not enough people believe in me, I'll never make it. But our greater self, our greater thought process should say, my belief in myself is enough. I can make it. I don't need anybody else to believe in me, okay? Our little self says, it's taking too long to realize my dream. Oh, I've been doing this for 3 months. I know a lot of folks out there that, man, I've been doing this network marketing for 3 months now and I haven't made any money. Really? Really? Do you realize big companies, how long they struggled before they made millions? Okay. Our greater self says, dreams are realized one day at a time. Take that next step, okay? Our tiny self says, enough is enough. I've had enough of this. I can't take it anymore. Nah, okay? Yeah. We should be saying, I've come too far to give up, okay? Our itty-bitty self says, I don't have enough strength to hold on to this dream. Maybe I'll just go out and do something else, go get a job, go do, you know. Our greater self, our big self says, hold on a little longer. The darkest hour is just before dawn. The man who's been counted out several times and wins probably just didn't hear the referee. I paraphrased H.E. Jensen on that. Think about that. You've been counted out, but you keep going. You didn't hear the referee. Okay, get up and fight another day. To Number two, to move closer to your dream, you have to improve your vocabulary. Now, I'm going to read some things. I'm not going to read them all. There's about 17 deals here. You should really have John's book, Put Your Dreams to the Test. Go out there and buy it. They're not that expensive. Go to Amazon. You can go to my website and hook onto the John Maxwell link and buy it there. Go to a bookstore. Go somewhere and get the book. You should really be looking at this. But the can't mindset would say, we've never done it before, or it's never done before. Okay, the can or will do mindset, we're going to be the first. We're going to be the first to do this. I'm going to be the first to do this. The negative mindset, the can't mindset is don't have the resources, don't have enough money, don't do these. Necessity fuels invention. You will find a way to get the money, to do whatever, to get the resources you need, if it's important to you, okay? There's not enough time. Change the way you work. You have the same 24 hours in a day that I have. I do things differently than a lot of people do. When friends ask me, well, could you tell me what your day looks like? Well, I get up at 4:15 in the morning, okay? And I have a daily method of operation I go through, and I just, it's just the way it is. I do take time out 3 days a week, and I drive my wife to work. It's our alone time. We have plenty of time to talk and visit and everything else on the drive there and then drive back. Hey, Mike, haven't seen you in a while, man. We really do need to catch up. I hope you're doing okay out there in Colorado. We just had a client move out that direction, but hope you're doing all right out there, Mike. One of the other things is we'll tell ourselves a negative mindset is we don't have the expertise. I don't have the expertise. I don't know how to do that. Find somebody that does, okay? Network with people that do have the expertise, okay? A negative mindset, the can't mindset is going to say it's too radical, okay? Take a chance. So anyway, there's about 17 different statements here in the mindset game. Here's something. Saying you believe in yourself will not guarantee your success, but saying you don't believe in yourself will guarantee failure. Okay, so you just need to keep moving forward. Item number 3 is to move closer to your dream. Recognizing that waiting for everything to be right is wrong. Okay, it just is. Okay, if you wait for everything to be right and perfect, it's wrong. First off, it's paralysis by analysis. You will never get there because you're waiting for everything to be right and perfect. I mean, just think about the Wright brothers. Think about Edison. The Wright brothers. I mentioned this yesterday. Their dad told them they were going to go to hell. He was a preacher. They were going to go to hell for attempting flight. Okay? Fortunately, for all of us and for them, they didn't listen. Okay? And they didn't believe him, obviously. So, because we were raised in a household like that with the preacher and everything else, and you're having your father to tell you this, most people would say, oh, okay, you know better. You're the preacher, you know the Bible better. But they didn't look at it that way, okay? They knew they could fly. And, you just have to read the story. If you haven't read the story about those two brothers, then you're missing out, okay? To move closer to your dream, you absolutely, positively have to change your thinking. UCLA coach John Wooden, and I never cared for UCLA when John was coaching them because they won every year, and it was one of those. But things turn out best for people who make the best of the way things turn out. Think about that, okay? Things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things out. John Wooden said that. Here's, I'm going to give you a little bit of a personal story here. Right about a year ago now, I went all in on a business venture. And I'm talking all in. Everything we had, every penny we had, everything, we went all in. And I'm not going to get into the legalities of it and what people are saying and everything. That doesn't matter. My wife and I made a decision Okay, we still believe in our decision. We still have our dream. We know that at some point in time it's going to turn around. Well, right now I'm paying still for that decisions I make. I will figure it out. I'm smart. Okay, well, some people would disagree with that, but especially those who say, "I told you so," when I signed up for that. And there's a bunch of them out there saying, "I told you so. You're going to lose all your money." Well, I just haven't made it back yet. Okay. And I am. And how am I? I'm taking one step at a time. I cannot let my past failures dictate my present, nor dictate my future. So anyway, to continue with the story, I just kept moving forward. And you know, am I paying for some of that now? Yeah. But I'm making the best of it. I learned a lot. I had some good coaches along the way, and I'm, you know, I try to stay in touch with one. Mike's out there watching today, and I try to stay in touch with him. And we have some of the same struggles. We're about the same age, and we just, you know, there's just some struggles that we have, and a lot of it's all up here, okay. And so, you know, you just have to keep going forward, okay. Make the best out of the bad situation. What do I do next? What do I, you know, how do I deal with this person or that person or whatever is coming at you every day, okay? Number 5, to move closer to your dream, recognize that the resources for your dream stop the moment you do. Think about that. Your resources dry up the minute you stop chasing your dream. And I can attest to that every day of my life. When I back off and I say, you know, the weight of this is really weighing on. It's, you know, it's a burden. I really don't want to deal with it today. I don't want to face it today. And I stop and I don't do the things that I know I need to do every day. Resources start drying up. Okay, there's a strong relationship to our resources when we're moving forward than when we stop. I mean, it just is. W. Clement Stone said, effort only releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. Let me repeat that. Effort only releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. Be that person today. Refuse to quit. Okay? It always works that way. Okay? Vision doesn't follow resources. It's the other way around. First we have the dream, then we move towards it and the resources come. And I keep getting phone calls. I don't know if y'all see that up there on the phone. I thought I had that turned off, but I apologize if it's interfering. Rule number 6, to move closer to your dream, is practice the rule of 5. 5 things that you do every day. 5 things that you do every day. We all know about Mark Victor Hansen and Jack Canfield's chicken soup for the soul. They practice 5 specific things that they would do. Now I'm going to quote some of this so that I don't get it wrong, but they were trying to get on the bestsellers list. So on some days they would simply send out 5 copies for people to read, and they would go to the celebrity address book. People such as Harrison Ford, Barbra Streisand, Paul McCartney, Steve Spielberg, Sidney Poitier. They actually got to meet Sidney Poitier through that effort, and then they sent out copies of this book to the jurors on the O.J. Simpson trial, and several of them were photographed reading the book. And it doesn't matter what you think about the trial or any of that kind of stuff. Think about the impact when people saw the jurors reading that book. I think there was like 4 jurors. They made phone calls and asked people who would review the book. They called into talk shows, sometimes at 3 o'clock in the morning, to try and get interviewed and then send copies of the book. They did chicken soup for the soul talks at churches, but they did 5 things every day. So pick your 5 things, do them every day. Maybe you're going to do a Facebook Live. Maybe you're going to send out emails. Maybe you're going to do a post on Facebook and Instagrams. Pick out those 5 things and do them every day. Make your phone calls, make your cold calls. I'm not a huge cold calling person. I don't like doing it, but I do it. And actually, I try and make them lukewarm, because if I meet somebody through a network marketing or through marketing groups that I'm involved with, then you've met them, you shake their hand, and then you can make a warm, lukewarm or mildly warm contact, but follow up. Okay. Number 7, and this is where the tenacity part of our dreams comes in. To move closer to your dreams, remember that when you have exhausted all of your possibilities, you haven't. You just stop looking. I want to tell a story that John Maxwell tells. Years ago, he had an executive assistant. Barbara is her first name. And, John talks about her with in such endearing terms, and that she was so dedicated to him and to working him. But he realized that a turning point in her career and the performance in their relationship. Excuse me. So John had asked her to find a telephone number. And for those of you who watch the Cheech and Chong movie, that's water, not vodka. So anyway, boy, that dates me. Anyway, but John had asked for a telephone number. And this is before Google. So any out there that say, oh yeah, no, that's I know how to get a hold of him. Just Google it. This long before Google, long before, actually they were still using a Rolodex. That you can Google and find out what a Rolodex is. Not Rolex, Rolodex, and look for like the 1980s version. Okay. So, but Barbara had only been John's assistant for a couple of weeks, and they hadn't really clicked yet. But she came back and she told John, I can't find the number. And John looked at her and said, Barbara, that's not acceptable. Bring me your Rolodex, then sit down next to me. So they took some time, they went through the Rolodex, and John would look and he'd see a name and he'd pick up the phone and ask for information. And it took them about a half hour, 45 minutes or so, I think, if I remember the story correctly, until they got the information that they needed. And then John made the call. So when you think your resources have dried up, they haven't. You have to be tenacious about it. You have to go after it. John never had another issue. Whenever he would ask Barbara to find something, she found it. Okay, and if you could see the way John Maxwell's organization runs and the well-oiled machine and everything else, there's people back there with the oil can keeping it running, and it's the executive assistants and it's the help at the John Maxwell team office and things like that. I mean, these people love the vision and things like that. So I would encourage you, if you get a chance or you have any questions about the John Maxwell team, let me know. Jack Dempsey said, a champion is one who gets up when he can't. And I just have to remember that myself. A dream is not only a vision that compels you to follow it forward into the future, it's also a measuring tool every day and a motivation for every effort. What are you doing today to take a step toward your dream? So you have to answer yes to the tenacity questions. You have to change your thinking. You have to get in that positive mindset. You need to change your perspective. Change your work habits. Adopt the rule of 5. What are those 5 things that you can do every day to pull your business forward, to move your business forward? So many people get into either network marketing, multi-level marketing, and they have all this stuff in the back of their head on why it won't work, how it won't work. They have a set date. I'm going to do this for 3 months. I'm going to do it for a year. I'm going to do this. Somebody asked me how long I've been doing some sort of network marketing, and my response to them was, since Moses was a baby, I sold his mother the reeds at my reed company, and I've been involved in some sort of network marketing since then. Okay. Have I always made money at it? No. Okay. No. First off, I didn't really know how to do it right. And I'm not a big invite people to your house and have a party and chase your family and friends. I did the chase your family and friends for a while, and I quit doing that. They either watch me here and see that I'm into something. If they're interested, then they'll ask, because it's just not who I am. So, but here's the thing. We've never given up. Okay. We're struggling, but we're not going to give up on it. We have a dream. We have a vision. We know why we're doing this. My wife and I are on the same page. My wife works hard every day. She's a dental hygienist, and I cannot tell you how difficult it was for her to get her hygienist license in Florida. And if I go off on a rant like that, it's just not right. But Florida was she holds licenses in 2 other states. But she works hard, and she supports the dream. She supports the vision, and financially supports the family. And so we know that we will succeed. That success will come one day at a time, one Facebook Live at a time, one email at a time, whatever it takes every day. We will not give up. Life knocks us down, and we get back up. Somebody told me the other day, life has given me all sorts of hard knocks and this, that, and everything. And they said, but you know what? Life has never given me a lemon, so I don't have any lemonade. I have to go buy my lemons. Yep, you're right. I've never gotten a lemon. Life's never given me a lemon. I've had to buy lemons to make my lemonade. But that's part of the process. Be tenacious. Don't ever give up. And if you need some reflection, go find an anthill and take you a little tiny piece of bread or something out there and drop it down and watch them come and look how hard they work, and then compare that to how hard you are working. If what you're doing today, this morning, was going to put food on the table tonight, are you doing enough? Are you tenacious enough? If not, you probably need to look in the mirror, because this dream that you have will not fulfill itself. You're the only one that can do it. I'd like to encourage you out there, if you want some help pulling yourself towards your dream and growing yourself intentionally, I do a mastermind group every Thursday. I have 2 time slots, one at noon and one at 8 Eastern. This is just a quick call, lasts about an hour. We're going through John Maxwell's 15 invaluable laws of growth. You will not grow unless you grow intentionally. And the day you stop growing, you start working towards dying. Okay, so I would encourage you, if you want to be part of this mastermind group, there's no charge. It's an hour of your time. I send you the resources. You should probably go buy the book, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. You can find that anywhere, Amazon. You can, if you want to, jump on my website and go to the John Maxwell link, and you can buy the book there. I do get a small, I think I get 50 cents a book or something like that. But you can buy it on Amazon. Bookstores, but get a copy of the book. It is easier to follow along if you've read the chapter, but I will send you the resources and the questionnaires and the questions that we're going to talk about. But it's John Maxwell's 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth, Thursdays, noon Eastern and 8 o'clock Eastern. No charge. Just private message me the word growth, and I will send you the links that you need to get in there. But once again, if you want to be part of that mastermind group, I have some great folks in there from all walks of life, but private message me the word growth, and we'll get you going. This has been Sam McEwen coming to you live from Tampa, Florida. We're heading off to Blueberry Blessings in Hudson to pick some blueberries. Have a great day.